It hasn't even been a full 48 hours after the absolutely spectacular memorial for Charlie Kirk, and already Kamala Harris cannot help herself but say some of the most repugnant things imaginable after that absolutely incredible memorial, and her hate is only making her go more insane. And that is exactly what we're going to be checking out here today with the crazy things that she is saying. Charlie Kirk was just laid to rest after being assassinated by someone who called him a fascist, and Kamala Harris is doubling down on MSNBC, referring to Trump as a tyrant and a dictator. I thank God every day that this vile witch lost, and that is how many Americans feel. So let's go ahead and check this out.
Right now we are dealing with, as I called him at my speech on the ellipse, a tyrant. We used to compare the strength of our democracy to communist dictators. That's what we're dealing with right now in Donald Trump. And these titans of industry are not speaking up. And perhaps it is because his threats and the way he has used the weight of the federal government to take out vengeance on his critics is something that they fear, and I get that. I understand why they do. We've seen the demonstration of it.
Oh, you mean like Jimmy Kimmel and how Trump used the government to threaten Disney to take down Jimmy Kimmel? And then we literally got confirmation from Disney that that wasn't happening. Just exactly like I said, it wasn't happening at all. It was Disney doing everything. They decided to make that choice. It wasn't Trump. It wasn't the government. It wasn't the FCC. You guys have been proven to be, yet once again, absolute liars. But what she says next is even more hilarious and more insane, because she goes on an absolutely crazy meltdown over her losing the election to Trump.
You've not held back your criticisms of President Trump today. Do you think that there's anything he's done right since coming back into office?
Does anything come to mind?
You know, nothing comes to mind.
Kamala Harris on Donald Trump, there are no redeeming qualities. And then she went on to have a hilarious meltdown over her losing the election to Trump. And this was something that she's talking about in her absolutely just riveting book that she's going to be coming out with soon, that none of us are going to buy, obviously, but this is what she had to say about all of that, and this is absolutely hilarious. The way that she has an emotional breakdown over her losing the election is just hilarious.
We had never talked about election
It
night.
felt traumatic.
It was that traumatic. We had never talked about election night. I mean, my poor husband, so he didn't want to put that on me. He went upstairs and he basically went in the shower and prayed that it was not going to be a bad night. But that night, I grieved in a way that I have not since my mother died.
Wow.
And it was, the pain was, it was not at all about losing a race. I knew what it was going to mean for the country. I was going to say for the family. And that's how I felt, for the country.
We all agree.
I knew what it was going to mean.
Yeah.
But I knew.
Yeah.
And all I could say over and over again is, my God, my God, my God.
Oh.
It was very difficult. I mean, I know everyone.
Absolutely hilarious. And well, Kamala Harris, you owe a big thanks to Charlie Kirk for helping you lose that election. And of course, let's not forget the scorching takedown that Charlie Kirk had just last July about Kamala Harris, where he absolutely set the record straight on who she was. And he closed it all out by saying there are Democrats who are worthy to represent their party at the highest level, but Kamala is a fraud. She is cringe and inauthentic because she has imposter syndrome. She never earned this, and she knows it. And that is exactly who Kamala Harris is. And she is still seething, just completely fuming to this day because of her losing the election to Trump. And I just have to say, thank God that she did.